Hey everybody, what is going on? Serial Overdrive here, and today I'm playing Entropia Universe. And for those of you who don't know what Entropia Universe is a real cash economy mmorpg. So what does that mean? That basically means everything that you're seeing is worth a real USD value. This armor that I'm wearing, about $50. This number right down here, $315. And all these things right here are worth thousands. So yeah, I'm going to be introducing some of the new people to the channel to Entropia Universe. And right now I'm sort of feeling like how you feel when you introduce like a new friend to an old friend and you're just like, I don't know if they're going to get along. This is sort of intense. This is nervous. I know a lot of you aren't going to like this game. That's completely okay, but I want to introduce you to it because it's been a part of my channel for so long and it's going to keep being a part of my channel. So there's some old Entropia Universe fans who are probably rejoicing at hearing those words. But yeah, let's get into this game because it's a crazy game and it's super unique. You're really not going to find another game like this. There's a lot of cryptocurrency imitations or like games coming out right now, but this was before cryptocurrency. This game literally predates Bitcoin. I'm really old. I've been playing this game for like half my life, so that gives you an idea for like how old the game is. Anyways, let's just get into like a basic Entropia Universe experience. So when you get into Entropia Universe, you literally don't need to deposit anything. You don't need any armor. You can just spawn in your beginner gear. The game's going to give you a few things to get started with, like some ammo and stuff like that. And then it's off to the races. You see what you can do. And I've got to dress a little bit more appropriately for this occasion. Let's put on a Santa hat because it's close enough to Christmas, right? You can always celebrate. Let's throw that on. Let's throw on some pants because no pants, no service. Let's throw on a cool mask. The Olympics are going on after all. And there we go. Our avatar has been equipped. But yeah, you're not going to spawn in with all this cool clothing. You can actually go here and see how much this clothing's worth. I paid about $50 for this. It's worth now $6. So obviously not everything in Entropia Universe goes up in value, just like cryptocurrency. You got to learn your lessons. But yeah. You spawn in, you're going to be given a gun, you're going to get some introduction to the game. It's literally free to play. You download this to your computer, you can play it. And then you just go out, you can start hunting mobs, you can start mining for resources, you can really do whatever your heart desires. In my case, this is a trade terminal, by the way. This is where you go to buy and sell things. Also, when you get resources, you can sell them for markup. So you go here. It says 131%. The way you're going to sell things for markup, you go to this person called an auctioneer. I've got beginner's guides on all of this. This is just like a real quick run through for those of you who are interested. But yeah, let's just start hunting here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out something called Mind Essence. So this is going to be a sort of cool looking chip here that I'm going to use because, well, cool looking chips are what we like. It's going to make some fireballs and stuff like that. It's going to look really cool. But yeah, we're just going to talk about this game, get you guys into it, and see if it sticks with any of you. So this is a computer game only. It isn't on console. It is sort of on mobile, but not really. But the cool thing about this is it's based on the Cry engine. So the last engine update for this game was in 2010. And there's going to be a new engine update coming. So for those of you looking at these graphics and saying, wow, these don't look like what you wanted, it's going to be updated. The graphics are going to be getting a lot better. Because when this game came out, these graphics are about what you were seeing in 2010. And for 2010, it was groundbreaking. It was breathtaking. It was just amazing. And they're going to be doing the same thing again by switching over to Unreal Engine 5. This is going to be one of the first MMORPGs that is on Unreal Engine 5, which is a crazy thing because it's not really that well known, this game. But they do some really groundbreaking stuff as far as the engines go and everything like that. It's going to take them some time to do. But here's a cool stat that came out of that announcement. Over $400 million is traded back and forth between players. I think it's back and forth between players every year in this game. 400 million USD. And you've never heard of this game. I mean, there's a lot of $400 million companies you've never heard of. But that is a crazy space. It's just a crazy space to be in. And it's completely free. Like, all you need is a computer that can run these graphics. And this is medium right now. My computer isn't that great. It's in, I have two computers. This is running on a different one. This is running on a 580, RX 580, Radeon 580 graphics card. So it's a couple years old, but still runs this game perfectly fine. And it does the job. So that's what I run it on. But yeah, it's a really cool game, and I think it would be something that everyone should give a try. Like it's a lot grindier, but it's a chill game. So if you look at Rust, everybody's sitting there like it's sort of real intense. You're out mining. You've got to worry about what's going on. You can't let your hands off the keyboard or the controller. With this game, you can sort of sit back and relax, just chill out and have a good time with it. And I really like that. This is the type of game where, you know, wake up in the morning, get yourself a nice little cup of coffee, sit down, play the game for a bit, and just hang out, right? The community's great. People are super helpful. I said coffee, so I've got to drink some coffee. People are super helpful with this. And overall, it's a really cool experience that I think everybody should try out. A lot of people will say, oh, it's like gambling or something like that, but it really isn't, because what we're spending right here is pretty much what you pay. Like, to do what I'm doing right here, this is less than you'd pay for a mmorpg subscription. The only difference here is that scarcity is driven not by time, but by value. So if you wanted to go big, if you wanted to play big, the scarcity is based on value. It makes the economy a lot more interesting in this game, and it adds a lot to the game, I think, because it's a unique factor that you can't get with many other games, right? Like right now, I'm not wearing my best armor. I'm not using my best gear. I'm using the gear that is best suited for what I'm hunting, for the mobs that I'm attacking. And that's really cool because it's very hard for a game to get that in. And that's what this game does. Like if you optimize everything, if you know your numbers, if you know what you're doing, you optimize everything, you can actually make money playing this game. That's why people are paying like 50,000 USD for a sword. They're not paying for it because they're dumb. They're paying for it because they can optimize everything so much better with that sword, and then they can kill these huge mobs and make money, right? Like, you know, if you're in some countries, that would be like a full-time income. There's people that literally play this game full-time. But yeah, it's a crazy world, and it's so different from everything else. If you're one of those people who likes to run numbers, min-max things, do all of that, this is probably the game for you, honestly. Like, this is I keep coming back to it, and I always love it. And it's really good for this type of content because we can just sit down, we can chill, we can talk about it. And yeah, I know it sounds like I'm pushing this, but honestly, this game isn't for everybody. If you're someone with a short attention span, if you're someone who doesn't like to grind, this is definitely not the game for you. I think for some of you it is. Oh, here we go. We got some butterflies. Usually that means something, but I'm not seeing. Usually we see like fruit or something on the ground, but I'm not seeing it. Maybe I'm out of touch with the game. It's been a while since I've played this. So this is literally my first time playing Entropia Universe in about 2 months. Like, I'll log in to get some resources, and I did fly through space to get here. So that's another cool thing that this game has. This game has so much depth to it because it's been around for so long. Like, you can color someone's hair, you can be a clothing like you can be a tailor, you can be a space pilot, you can pilot a mothership. There's spaceships that cost, you know, $50,000, $100,000 that you can walk around in. They just jump through space. And then there's little ships like this thing that I've got that costs maybe like $25, and you can fly them through space, but it's riskier. Space is one of those places where you can be looted, so anything you take into space that's in these 2 slots of your inventory can be taken from you. So it's a super intense, like, it's just a super intense experience going through space. Like, you're just like, oh, can you make it? But yeah, when you do, like, yeah, sometimes it's worth it because you're transporting those like illicit goods that another planet needs, and you can sell them for a higher markup and make some money. But if you lose, then it's like hundreds of dollars just down the drain. It's that's a little intense. That's not for everyone, and they do have mechanics to get around that too. So if you're hearing that and you're like, that's too intense for me, that's like nuts and butts to the wall, I don't want to do that, you don't need to do that. You can just hang out. Look at that, we just got a gun. So that's pretty cool. So this is like a beginner gun that some of you probably will. If you join the game, some of you are probably going to get, and some of you are probably going to use right here. Somalto Rubio. It's a cool little gun. I like the Mind Force because honestly, like, I look like a wizard, right? Like this, that's pretty cool. And I think these graphics actually look really good, to be honest. Like, I know it's not Rust, right? But like, this is pretty cool. This is really good for an MMORPG, I think. And it's going to only get better. That's the thing. Like, right now, you're getting in on the ground floor or something that, well, not the ground floor. This is, we're maybe like 40 stories up and the skyscraper's being expanded. It's a little, it's more like that than the ground floor. But like, you're getting in at the beginning of something cool, right? Like, times are changing. They're going to be going to Unreal Engine 5, and I think that's going to be sick. And I keep pushing it I'd really like to see them do something with cryptocurrency, like have everything be NFTs, have PED be a crypto, like that could be cool, but then they'd lose control of it, and that obviously introduces some issues too. But yeah, this is I don't know. This is one of those games I just want to introduce more and more people to, because there's a huge amount of potential here. And for those of you who are just like Entropia Universe fans watching this, I apologize for just going over everything again and again. But I've got to introduce new people to this game, right? Like, if you've been watching my channel when I was back, like 2 months ago, back in the day, 2 months ago when I was like streaming, well, or not streaming, when I was just playing Entropia Universe, doing these style videos, we were getting like maybe like 10 to 40 subscribers a day, right? And things were going pretty good. I was happy with it, but we were sitting around like 19,000 subscribers for the channel, maybe like 17 to 19,000 subscribers. I don't know exactly where it was. And then Rust Console came out. I started playing that game, and the game sort of failed. For those of you who aren't in the know, the game has a lot of bugs and there's a lot of issues with it. But in the meantime, while the game was doing good, while people were getting into the game before we all knew exactly what was going to be happening with it, my channel was like popping off, really. So I went from I basically gained about 10 to 12,000 subscribers in the period of 2 months, which is maybe 3 months. But that's still like, that's a mind-blowing number for me. You know, for some people, that's just an average day, but for me, that's mind-blowing. You know, millions of views, thousands of subscribers. I had one day where I got 600 subscribers. So yeah, like half this channel is just from the last couple months. So those of you who've been watching for a while, I really do appreciate it. And I know a lot of people were worried that I was giving up on Entropia Universe. That's not the case. I just, you know, I had to focus on what was doing bringing in the numbers, because honestly, I love both games. Like, I love Rust, I love Entropia Universe, two completely different games. And when one's popping off, I've got to focus on it. Just like when Entropia Universe is doing good, when Unreal Engine 5 comes out, of course I'm going to be focusing on this game. I'd be crazy not to, you know? Like, that's when people want to hear stuff. That's when people want to know what's going on. It's just the game's in a fairly like a static state right now. You know, I mean, people are, you know, coming and going. New players are coming and going. There's new things being added. Obviously, the Unreal Engine 5 thing is huge, but the devs aren't adding a ton of stuff. A lot of the events are repeats. And if you're newcomer to this game, that's huge, because you're getting to do all the cool stuff that got like so many people into this game, and you're getting to experience it, and it's a lovely experience. But for some of the older players like myself who've been playing for way too long, it's just, you know, it doesn't hit as hard, right? But yeah, well, overall, this is a really cool game, and I think I think more people should be getting into it, because it's a lot of fun. I mean, I know this doesn't look that great, but you can just, this is one of those games where you can like sit with your boys on Discord, you can talk, you can watch something in the background. This isn't one of those games where you need to be super focused, right? If sometimes, I don't know about everybody else, but sometimes after like a tough day at work or tough day in general, it's good to just kick back and relax and not sort of worry about your base being raided or some guy coming up and attacking you and then teabagging you or whatever they're gonna do. You know, you don't want some dude knocking on your door telling you why Hitler's cool. Like, you just want to sit back and play a game, and that's Entropia Universe. It's a chill game, great community. Nobody's fighting each other. We're all just hanging out, playing a game, losing some money together while few of us make a profit. And I made a profit, but I didn't make a profit playing the game. Full disclosure, like when I do stuff like this, I'm probably breaking even or losing money. What I did make money from is trading, and then I got lucky. And these things right here, Calypso land deeds. So the way deeds work is basically you buy deeds and you get income from what a planet or what that deed property makes. Some deeds have failed. The deeds that I just pointed out did really good. They basically 3x'd over 10 years. So when I was like younger, basically I wasn't going to be playing the game as much, so I put my money into the deeds when they were 3 times less, and now they're 3 times more, and I'm sitting on like $6,000 worth of deeds, like USD. And that brings in, right now it's bringing in about 100 PEDs a week, which is $10, and that's enough to play this game on. Honestly, $10 a week is more than I need to play this game, because I don't play at a high level. And that's one of the things I think a lot of people get wrong. The goal of this game isn't to come in and find and get the best gear and get the best skills and get everything like that. The goal of this game is more to just come in, have a chill time, hang out, play a little bit, but not go nuts, right? Like, you don't want to be one of those dudes that are basically simulating a gambling stream through loot box or something like that. No, that's not what this is about. This is about just chilling out, playing some games. Like what you're watching here, I've basically gone through, I don't know, 10 cents in ammo. Maybe not 10 cents, but like a couple bucks in ammo. I'm going to get a couple bucks back. Honestly, it's probably break even. But it's good because it gives you a different thing to base your gameplay style off of, right? You're basing it off of what you want to pay. It's pay to win, essentially. Pay to win, but the whole goal isn't really to win. Like, you've got to decide what a win is for yourself. For me, a win was being a self-sufficient avatar, being able to play the game without putting money in or taking money out. And I've accomplished that. I'm happy to have accomplished that. And now for me, the win is just to get some good content, make some good videos, hang out, and get some skills. For the last, like, forever long, I've been trying to get my skill total up to 100,000, which is super easy to do. If you get into this game and you get super addicted, you'll be able to do it in a couple months. But it's been a while since I've been addicted, and back when I was like super into this game, it was way harder to get skills. So I'm just trying to hit that like elusive 100,000 mark, and I keep getting distracted, and you know, that's just, it's who I am. But yeah, I have a lot of fun with it. It's a chill game to play, and I do. What I'm using right now isn't getting me many skills, but it does look super cool. I love how this looks. I love that, like the fireball. It's called Mind Force. Basically, you're a wizard. You're a wizard in a sci-fi universe, which is super sick in my opinion. But yeah, we're gonna be cycling Entropia Universe back into the gameplay plan here because I have so much fun with it, you know. It's a good like storytelling game. Like, I can sit here and we can talk about stuff, right? Like we can talk about like ridiculous times in my life and ridiculous things that have gone on, and just, you know, fun stories, fun times, make some jokes, talk about the news, talk about whatever. I mean, once upon a time I was going off about politics while playing this game. I paused there because I know some of you are screaming right now. A lot of people that really like Trump were following my channel. I don't know. I think you're still following, honestly, but yeah, we disagreed on that. Yeah, I don't do that anymore. But, you know, sometimes just go off on a story, talk about the game, and just hang out. That was actually really good loot right there. 1.4 PDs. 1.4 PDs is literally 14 cents. So again, like, that gives you a scale of just how nuts things are going here. Of course, you can go big. Like, I've had mining runs where I'm dropping like 5 USD a try, which then you're going big, and then you either, you know, go home up or you go home down, and it's in a big way. But we're not doing that today. We're just hanging out, killing some of these little chickens. And yeah, if you're interested in Entropia Universe, I've literally got almost a decade of videos. So like, you can go way back and hear when I was using like a horrible microphone, see what that sounds like, and you can get the full channel history. One of the things I don't do on YouTube is I don't delete my videos. I know a lot of people do, but I don't see any reason to. I mean, obviously, if I said something that was like super bad, I'd probably delete it. But I don't think any of my videos have anything like that. Maybe someone's gonna find something. Who knows? But nah, like, I don't think any of my videos have anything horrible. Although then again, I did hear that the Tokyo Olympics director got fired over some Holocaust joke he made. I haven't made any jokes about that, but I've made some Hitler jokes. I think I made one in this video actually. So maybe in the future when I run for president, I'm going to have to delete this channel, but we'll see. I'm sure someone's backed it up, so I'm screwed no matter what. But yeah, no, I leave all the videos in there because I think it's good for people to see where I came from. And you can see, like, my opinions change. Everybody's opinions do, but you can see, like, where I've come from, what I'm trying to do. And, you know, all my content's still there, which I really like, because there's people that, like, one of the first videos I made was on Skyrim. It was just how to kill this character, right? And horrible microphone quality, horrible video. And in general, like, I look back on that and I'm like, oh boy, this does not represent my channel whatsoever. This is a horrible representation of the channel. But people still go to that video and they find out what they want to find out. Because if you want to know how to kill a character, you really don't care if the dude telling you how to do it has a horrible voice. You don't care if the video's in 480p or 420p, which it is. You don't care. Like, you don't care that it's in the wrong ratio. And like, I tried to balance out the audio by... I still to this day don't know what I was thinking, because I remember back then when I made these videos, I was thinking like, yeah, this is top quality shit. And then I look back on it and I'm like, how? Like, I just pulled, I like tried to add more bass to my video for some reason because I thought it would sound, you know, more bass. I should have just added cowbell and called it a day, but no, like I was just going nuts with it, and it sounds horrible to me. But at the time, I thought it was really awesome, which I still, again, don't know how I thought that. And looking back, it's like, oh, the quality does not represent what I stand for right now. It doesn't represent where I want to go either, hopefully. But yeah, I leave it in there because honestly, every now and then, people who don't really care, they just come in to see how to do it. They see how to do it in 30 seconds and they're out. You know, they use that video, and that video is still serving a purpose. And as long as, you know, every now and then, like even some of these old videos I made of Entropia Universe where I'm just talking, someone will go in and be like, oh, that's really cool to see this game back when it was like before this happened, or before this happened, or see this area when these mobs were here. Mobs are monsters in this game. I think that's a generic term, but I don't know. But yeah, it's I don't know. It just makes sense to leave it, in my opinion, because then you can see where I've come from. You can see where I'm going. It's sort of like a record of who I am and what I was thinking at the time. You can see all sorts of different stages in my life through those videos, which I think is really cool. You know, maybe, I don't know if I'll look back on it, but maybe my kids one day will look back on that stuff and be like, oh yeah, that's who he was. I don't know. It's cool that exists. So yeah, there's you know, that's actually my biggest fear. Like, my biggest fear is that my YouTube channel will get deleted. Not because I care about the revenue. Like, if YouTube demonetizes my channel, that's fine. That can happen. But yeah, I don't want the videos to go because it's like, it's a record of who I was. I like having that. So yeah, that's my biggest fear. I mean, I backed a lot of the stuff up, but still, you know, it's cool to have. I think it's cool that it just is saved on a server somewhere, and it probably will always exist, hopefully. Yeah, I think that's all. Yeah, we can. Should I go into the channel getting a strike? I'll probably go into that later, but yeah, that was ridiculous. I don't know how much I can even say about that stuff. Yeah, we won't talk about that yet. Teaser. Anyways, yeah, I don't really have any more. I don't have much more to say. You can see the style of my Entropia Universe videos way different from the style of my oopsies. I'm out of Mind Essence, which means, do we have a sword? We do. Which means we're going with, there we go. This is gonna be a slow one here. Look at that. There we go, finally. All right. So what you can do too, if you run out of ammo, nice little hint here, you can take your shrapnel, you right click on it, convert to ammo. Now you've got ammunition again. And you're back in the game. But yeah, that's Entropia Universe. Hope you guys liked the video. Entropia Universe is a really cool game. One last sort of call to action here. If you watch this video and anything looked interesting to you, just give the game a try. It's free to play. Download it, get into the game, play on the servers, see what happens. Maybe you'll hate it, and a lot of people will, but maybe you'll love it. And if you do, or if you don't, if you're playing the game, you get confused, there's a link down below in the description to my Discord. Feel free to jump on there, because if you go to my Discord, what you're going to find is there's a lot of my mods who actually, I think all of my mods are Entropia players pretty much, because that's the bread and butter of this channel, at least it was for so long. So you can ask them questions, super helpful. I'll help you out where I can too, because, you know, I want everybody to have a great experience, because that's what I had when I got into this game way back in the day, and that's what I want you to have. So yeah, if you get into the game, if you have questions, there's a Discord. Also, got to shout out 2 channels. If you made it this far, you don't need to hit subscribe on my channel. That's cool. But Scotty_C93 does some really good Entropia Universe videos, and Julian McBain does some really good Entropia Universe channels. There's a lot of people out there, a lot of small creators doing Entropia Universe channels, but those 2 you should definitely check out. They're really close to monetization, so if you hit subscribe on them, even if you're not like super into it, if you're not going to follow it, it's going to help them get to that goal, because I'm sure they've got the hours. Their videos are compelling enough that I sit there and watch it. So I know that there's a lot of other people doing it. So I feel like they've got the hours. They just need the subscribers. That's one of the big problems a lot of Entropia Universe players have. The game's so small that there's just not enough people to get all those subscribers that you need to get the monetization for YouTube, but they're getting the views and they'd be getting the money if they could. So, because, you know, if you get more views, that equals revenue, not subscribers. Subscribers, that's just the barrier to entry. So yeah, it would be really cool if you guys could help him out. And yeah, that's Entropia Universe. Hope you liked it. Until next time, peace.